Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today to talk about something that is finally becoming reality here in Maryland, and it looks like it will on Wednesday, or at the worst, Thursday at midnight, and that is sports live gambling online. This is something that Marylanders, and I live in Maryland, the greatest state in America. I'm a proud Marylander, and if you watch this channel, you know that. But in 2020, Marylanders overwhelmingly went to the polls and voted for this as a constitutional amendment. That's how it got voted as a constitutional amendment for sports gambling to be legalized. So it got voted on in 2020. I don't think it quite reached 70% of the vote, but it got pretty close. I know it got, I think, at least 68% of the vote. Um, so you would think, oh well, you could do it the next day. Well, there's a process, so, and I knew that. I knew it wasn't gonna be right away. I knew it was gonna probably take the whole spring, probably the whole summer, but hopefully they'll get it up by football season of 2021. So I was hoping for that. They didn't. They said that they're gonna need a little more time for it. Um, was I disappointed? Yes. Um, but basically, I was like, okay, whatever. They'll get it up this spring. And and if you watch my videos, you always hear me say, if I could bet on this, I would. That's because it's not legal in Maryland until this Wednesday, unless there's any last second issues, which hopefully there isn't. But um, basically, I was disappointed, but I was like, okay, they'll get up this spring. It didn't come up this spring, so I was like, okay, they'll get up this summer. And then as early August came out, I was like, when are they getting this up? So I started like really researching this and everything. So the way it works in Maryland is it's gonna be by the Lottery Commission. Um, and the Lottery Commission is a board that is composed of people that are not that are I guess nominated by the governor to serve on that board. Um, and which, by the way, I'm gonna go after a governor here in a second. But basically, um, this lottery commission was very incapable and kept on sidetracking what the voters voted for here in Maryland, and that's why we're not getting it until 2/3 through the NFL season. Uh, Almost the end of college football season, basically. I mean, all you have is rivalry week and bowl season, basically. I mean, this should have been legal at the latest coming into this football season. And it wasn't because their governor, their so called great governor, and by the way, his name is Larry Hogan. If you don't know who he is, he is a very quote unquote popular governor, according to everybody. Which, by the way, he's the most overrated governor in the country, and he's America's worst governor. And I call him that personally because I think he is. Um, Elected, I'm not going to say idiots, but people that did not know what they were doing to this lottery board. If it took them 2 years, over 2 years, for them to get this running online. I get that you could go to the casino, I think starting in September. You could go to a local Maryland casino and do it. I know my closest casino would have probably been Arundel Mills down at the Arundel Mills Mall, even though I'm closer to Charlestown. But you look at this whole situation. This thing was a mess. I'm finally happy it's legalized, but I mean, it should have been legalized a lot earlier. The state of Maryland, I think, failed their voters on this. I really do. And I do blame the governor for this. I do. And he deserves the lion's share of the blame because he appoints these people to the lottery commission. I don't know how he does it, how he lined up these appointments, but the horrible appointments. I mean, the voters have waited over 2 years for this to come to fruition. And this isn't a Republican or Democrat issue with the sports gambling. Every state, if it was on the ballot, I think will vote for it overwhelmingly. It's a great revenue for the state. Excuse me, revenue for the state. Um, But I mean, you look at Maryland; they've been getting housed by West Virginia, Delaware, and Virginia, and DC, um, by the sports gambling. At least West Virginia, DC, and Virginia. They've been absolutely getting trounced by them by this, and they're just saying they're taking their diligent old time because they don't. I honestly didn't think they knew what the hell they were doing. I honestly think they were probably. I'm not gonna call them incapable, but clearly they should not be on the lottery board because that's how I think every state does it. But they should not be on the lottery board if it takes them 2 years to go ahead and basically get this going. And I do blame the governor for this because at the end of the day, I'm just going to say this as someone who's lived under his governorship for 8 years. Larry Hogan is the most overrated governor, and I actually think he's America's worst governor. And I still think Maryland is the greatest state in the country, the greatest state in America. I think it's gotten worse under him by a lot, I might add. Um, so, in my opinion, that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to start like a war in the comment section or anything, but you look at Larry Hogan, I think he really dropped the ball on this. I really do. That's why we had to wait a whole 2 years. I'm not saying like listen, if we had wait a summer, if it came in the fall of 2021, I wouldn't even be saying this. If it came in the fall of 2022, probably not saying this. I probably would have came on here and said I was a bit annoyed that it wasn't the fall of 2021, but I'm happy it's here. I mean, 2 football seasons basically. Uh, for this not to happen, since the voters voted for this, is unacceptable. But hey, I'm happy it's here. Um, I can't wait to use it. I just want to tell people bet responsibly. Um, don't bet the house or anything. Don't and just be responsible with it. I mean that's my advice. Don't bet the whole paycheck or the mortgage uh on games and stuff. So because I've seen that happen before. So and heard plenty of stories of it. So basically, just want to come on here celebrate it. I know it's a bit of a negative later in the video, but I did think it was important to highlight the fact that this should have been legal several at the minimum going into mid-August. At the minimum by mid-August, but we just have a we just as I said we basically I think have a governor that I think really doesn't know what the hell he's doing. But anyways, and I can't wait till he's gone in January. Thanks for watching the video. Hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate if you do that. McD the Base signing off.